My name is Georgina Bassett and today we're going to be looking at the risks and hazards of the rubber crumb. As you can see, there's a lot of litter lying around which could cause someone to trip when running across the rubber crumb, or it's just really in the way, to be honest. The probability of someone tripping over is 1 out of 3. The severity of this would be a 1 out of 3, giving it an overall score of 2 out of 3. To prevent this hazard, we could put more bins around the rubber crumb, or we could also put signs around saying, please put your litter in the designated bins. Hello. So basically the control measure for this would be, firstly, just putting the rubbish into the bins, as buying new bins would be a bit costly, and putting signs up and creating signs would be a long procedure. So if the participants or people on the rubber crumb could just easily put their rubbish into the bins, then it wouldn't be as costly or as a long procedure. Another hazard that we have noticed is the mat leading from the outside of the rubber crumb into the inside is turned over. This could be a hazard for people in wheelchairs because they cannot access it, or young people, so infants, they may trip, or even other participants entering the rubber crumb. So this could be a quite high probability, so I'd give it a 3 out of 3 for the probability. The severity of it would be 1, causing minor injury, not really harming them. But a way to stop this, we could make sure when the coach or the leader is entering the rubber crumb, the mat is pulled out properly. And secondly, if that does not happen, we could perhaps nail it down. But just making sure when you're coming on that it's turned out properly, it'll be a lot quicker procedure. Another hazard would be the equipment being left out from previous athletes or participants on the rubber crumb. We would firstly educate the participants when coming on that it is not safe to be leaving their equipment left on the rubber crumb. It is not safe as it could cause participants to trip over or spectators to trip over, which could cause them a minor injury. So the probability of this happening would be a 2 out of 3, the severity would be about a 1 out of 3, giving it the overall score of 3 out of 6. To control this measure, when the participants come on, we would ensure them and make sure they have a clear understanding that they need to put the equipment away once it's being used on the rubber crumb. Secondly, if they were not to follow this procedure, we could follow some actions, so if we left the equipment out, we'd have to stay behind and do other jobs like maybe put some litter in the bins, just so they get a clear understanding that it is a risk and they need to be putting their equipment away. Another hazard or a risk is the tram line at the edge of the pitch of the rubber crumb. As you can see, it's quite close to the fence on the edge of the rubber crumb. This could be a hazard as when participants are running across the rubber crumb, they could quite easily run into the fence, causing them a short-term injury, but could be quite shocking. I'd say the severity of this would be a 1 out of 3. The probability of it happening would also be a 1 out of 3, giving us a total of 2 out of 6. Hazard would be the goalpost. As you can see, they are quite close to the sideline, and the nets are down quite a bit. So firstly, as they are quite close to the sideline, participants or athletes may run into them when training or playing on the rubber crumb. This could be a serious hazard, as when they run in, they could hit their head on the post, cause a serious injury. The severity of this I would say is a 2 out of 3. The probability of this happening is also 2 out of 3, giving it an overall score of 4 out of 6. So I think the best option would be is move the goalpost back a bit, as you can see this area there where they can go. And then for the netting, as you can see it's sagging down, what I would do is pin the netting back, so make sure it's nice and tight so the participants cannot run and trip over it. The netting sagging would be a 2 out of 3 for severity, as they may trip over it and their foot could get stuck and they may not be able to get out. The probability of this happening would be a 1 out of 3. The control measure for the netting, obviously just putting it back, and the goalpost just putting them further back so participants don't run. Hazard in the inside facility would be the plug sockets. As you can see, that one is not covered. This could cause electrocution. For instance, if a little child was coming into the sports hall to do family activities, they could put their fingers into the plug sockets. So the probability of this happening would be a 1 out of 3. The severity would be a 3 out of 3, as it could cause electrocution and could be very serious. To prevent this hazard, we could cone off the area to make sure that the children do not go around it, or another risk in the indoor facility with the nets and the bars. As you can see, they are quite skinny, and when participants are playing in the indoor facility, they may run into the net and trip over. A way to prevent this would be to pin the nets back so they won't saggy anymore. The probability of causing injury to participants would be a 1 out of 3, and the severity of this would be a 1 out of 3 because it only causes minor injuries. So as I said, just pin the nets back to control this risk, and hopefully there won't be any injuries. My final risk for the indoor facility would be the benches. As you see, this bench is slightly pulled away from the wall. This could cause a participant in the indoor facility to trip over the bench. The severity of this would be a 2 out of 3 because it may hurt them quite a bit. The probability of this happening would be a 1 out of 3, as most of the time the bench is pushed back against the wall. To prevent this risk, we would warn the participants firstly about the benches if they were away from the wall. Or another way to prevent this was push the benches right back to the wall and cone them. Another risk/hazard would be the fire exits on the indoor facility. As you can see, they are blocked up by equipment. This would be a hazard as participants in the indoor facility may not be able to get out of the fire exit. The probability of this happening would be a 2 out of 3, as anything could happen at any time. For instance, there could be a fire. The severity of this would be a 3 out of 3, as the participants may get burnt or injured in a fire incident. So to prevent this hazard, I would make sure the participants are aware that this fire exit is blocked up. However, there are other fire exits on the indoor facility. So another way to control this is when entering the sporting facility, making sure the coaches are aware that the fire exit is blocked up. So the most suitable method for this would be the coaches moving the equipment out of the way of the fire exit, so in case there was a fire or any harm to the participants and they needed to get out of the fire exit, they would be able to get out quickly and sufficiently.
Another hazard of the indoor facility would be the tram lines, which are very close to the wall. This would be a hazard as when participants are playing in the indoor facility, they may run into the wall. The probability of this happening would be 1 out of 3, as the participants may be very aware of the wall being that close. The severity of this happening would be a 2 out of 3, as they may injure themselves quite a lot by running into the wall, causing head injuries or any other injuries. A way to control this hazard would be turning off the tram line so the participants were aware of the tram lines being so close to the walls. Another way to control this is warning and educating the participants of how close the tram lines are to the wall. Thirdly, another control measure for this would be moving the walls further away to allow more space between the tram lines. However, this control measure would be a very costly procedure and very long. So the second method, warning the participants about the tram lines, would be the most effective procedure. My final hazard would be the vents in the indoor facility. As you can see, they are very open up and could cause injury. The probability of a participant causing injuries to themselves on this vent would be a 1 out of 3, and the severity of this would be a 2 out of 3, as they could get their fingers stuck in the vent. A way to control this measure is warning the participants about the vents. The second way to control this measure would be warning them and coning off the area, making sure the participants do not run into the vent. I think the second method would be the most effective procedure, as they will not run near the vents then. Thank you.